Hey friend, Graham Cochrane here. When you're starting a business, there's one area that I think most people get stuck, and that is coming up with the perfect and most profitable and most unique business idea. Somehow people get stuck in their heads that they have to be extraordinarily gifted or talented at a certain thing to be able to sell their knowledge or skill or service or product, and they don't act because they don't think they're good enough yet. Other people think that their business idea has to be completely unique, never done before, and they're racking their brains trying to find something that is that one diamond in the rough business idea. If you've ever felt this way, then I think today's video is going to help you, give you a brand new framework of coming up with that all-elusive, perfect business idea for you. And it's called the talent stack. Growing up, I believed a very powerful myth. There was this lie being sold to me in school by well-meaning teachers and other adults, being sold to me in culture from books to TV to movies, that everybody has a special singular talent that they are amazing at, and that our purpose as young children and young adults was to find that one thing and excel at it with all your might. Sure, it may be different than your friend or someone near you, but you have your special something. Find that one thing and go after it. Now, what this did for me was send me on this crazy path looking for that singular talent and pursuing it with all my might. Originally, I wanted to be a famous actor. I loved acting, I loved performing, I loved being on stage, I loved being the center of attention. And so acting was what I wanted to pursue with all my might. Went to acting conservatories and special programs to enhance my craft and learn everything I needed to learn. But then I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to just focus on music, writing songs, singing and performing. In fact, I shopped an EP around really hard to labels in college. Take a look at this handsome guy on the cover of an EP that I was working very, very hard at, working with talented musicians and session players and producers from Nashville. Busted my butt thinking this would be my ticket to success in the music field. When that didn't work, I shifted my energy to audio engineering, which was another skill I had developed, and I thought maybe I'll be the best audio engineer, work with really talented bands and produce their music. At least I get to work on music every day. I struggled to find the one singular talent that was my special something and put all my eggs in that basket. If you've ever heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none, then you know what my biggest fear was growing up and into my early 20s. I feared being a master of none. I didn't want to be a master at everything, just a master of one great thing so I could go make an impact in the world. Now, Scott Adams, he's famous for the cartoon Dilbert that is in newspapers all over the world, has this amazing concept called talent stacking. And the idea is simple. To be successful in life or in business, you don't have to be great or amazing or flawless at one thing. Rather, be pretty good at a combination of things that creates a unique result. In his own words, Scott says the idea of a talent stack is that you can combine ordinary skills until you have enough of the right kind to be extraordinary. You don't have to be the best in the world at any one thing. All you need to succeed is to be good at a number of skills that fit well together. For example, I'm not much of an artist, not much of a business expert, and my writing skills are mostly self-taught. I'm funny, but not the funniest person in my town. The reason I can succeed without any world-class skills is that my talent stack is so well designed. That's intentional, by the way. How eye-opening is that? Let's take a look at Scott Adams' talent stack. Like he said, he was always interested in drawing and art, but if you read his book, he didn't even get into an art school he wanted to get into. He self-taught writing. He had a bunch of failed businesses, but he had learned a little bit about business over the years. And he had comedy as a skill set, but he wasn't funny enough to be a stand-up comedian. And what he did was take those four things that he's okay at and stack them together, and the result was specifically the Dilbert comic strip. There's even a fifth layer to the Dilbert comic strip. The subject matter of Dilbert, if you've ever read it, if you haven't, go read one and you'll get it, is the hilarious awkwardness of corporate America, that office mentality. That subject matter comes from Scott's experience in working in corporate America. That didn't really work out for him as well. So you've got all of his experiences, his relative skills and interests that by themselves wouldn't make him successful or well-known or have impact, but when he put them together in the form of the Dilbert comic strip, That was his ticket. That was his greatest impact in the world. Another example of someone who's done this well is New York Times bestselling author Ramit Sethi. He took his average skill of understanding personal finance, his background in psychology at Stanford, and his sarcastic style of humor, plus his Indian American upbringing in California, and combined all four of those things into a super powerful blog, iwillteachyoutoberich.com, which turned into a massive business and, of course, the best-selling book. Again, the idea being taking those average but decent skills and passions, but it's the combination that's powerful. So let's stack your talents. As you're seeing, your biggest contribution to the world, which may be in the form of a new business, is not going to be the result of you finding that one singular talent and being world class at it, but rather it's going to be finding a combination of all the things you're good at that you like and putting them together into something unique. As Ramit says, when you combine two or more fields that you love, you can be average at both, but be the best in the world at their intersection. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take out a piece of paper or your phone and jot down 2 or 3 or 4 things that you are interested in, passionate about, and relatively good at. So for example, you could hypothetically be good at cooking, running, and you have a sarcastic sense of humor. Then what we want to do is brainstorm a bunch of different ways to combine those things. What could a combination of those things look like? And hint, there are going to be lots of possible combinations. So in this hypothetical example of the person who's interested in cooking, who loves running and has a sarcastic sense of humor, she could start a YouTube channel where she shares nutrition tips for runners, and all the while she makes fun of them and herself and everybody throughout the process of the videos. The point isn't that you start a YouTube channel or that you have to make fun of people if you're sarcastic. The point is that there's a million combinations that could happen as a result of taking those 2 or 3 or 4 disparate things that you're slightly interested in, slightly okay at, but putting them together to be unique in their intersection. Let's look at my business, The Recording Revolution, as another example. The Recording Revolution is a brand that is a simple but powerful combination of the following skills and interests: music, audio engineering, being on camera and talking, and encouraging. Now, there are more talented singers and songwriters out there than me. There are more talented audio engineers and producers than me. There are more talented on-camera personalities than me. And there are people who are more encouraging and motivating than me. But when you put all 4 of those specific things together into a brand, it is powerful and it works. And the impact and the dollars would say so as well. All of my teenage years, the 20s, trying to find the one thing that I'm good at, that I'm best at, to put all of my effort and energy and opportunities behind, thinking I want to be world class at something, and the whole 10,000 hour concept, don't I need to just pick my thing and start when I'm 4 so I can be like the Tiger Woods when I'm 20? That was a myth that led me down to despair, which actually put blinders on all of the power that lies within the combination and intersection of all my different talents and skills. If you told me when I was 15 that I was going to start a blog and a YouTube channel about audio recording and music, I would have said, A, I'm not interested in blogging, B, what is a blog, C, how is that going to make money, and D, I want to be a rock star, so I'm not going to listen to you. But it's been the combination of my skill of music and engineering and in teaching and encouraging and being on camera and performing and creating and sharing and the bits of business acumen that I've learned along the way that when you put them together have created a powerful, amazing brand for the world. And then for me selfishly, work that I enjoy doing, that I have a lot of flexibility with, that's way more fun to get up and do than going to my old corporate America job. So my friend, don't give in to the singular talent myth. You have lots of things that you're relatively good at or interested in. And I want you to find those 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 things and then brainstorm creative ways to stack those talents together to create something unique and powerful that you love. And if that thing can add value to people out there in the world, you've got a brilliant business idea. Now let me ask you, as you've been thinking through this talent stack, what are 2 or 3 things that you're good at, that you're passionate about, that you think you can stack up together to create your own talent stack or to start your own business? Leave a comment below. Let me know what those are. I'd be curious to brainstorm with you how you could stack those together. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to these videos, and I'll see you on another video real soon.